So is establishing your specialty important for what you do?
Yeah, I feel like in any business when you're selling something, you want to niche down. You of course you're a cosmetologist, you're a hairstylist. Of course you can do other things, but if you niche down and you give people less to focus on, it's easier for your clients to follow you. It's easier to get that person that's looking for that to follow you. And that's the same with any business. Like you're a life coach, but you specialize in business coaching. I'm sure you could do other things, but that business thing is going to get you the people that you want in the door.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So okay. So do you remember the first time? Because correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of
Mhm.
hairstylists are nervous about doing short hair. Is that is
Mhm.
were you nervous? Do you remember the first time you did a short hair and what you were feeling?
Well, the reason why I wasn't nervous is because the lady who I initially worked with, that was her thing. She did short hair. So that's all I was doing every day. For 2 years, I was shampooing, I was constantly watching her. She would let me do her hair sometimes. So, I had a lot of I got a lot of practice in. So no, I wasn't that nervous. But, you know, it is you want the person to like what you've done. That's the nerve wracking part. You just wanting that person to like what you've done and what you've created on their hair.
Okay, and you're right because beauty is subjective, right? It's in the eye of the beholder.
Mhm.
uh Somebody would look at one hairdo and it looks amazing, and then the other person to look at him like it's all right, and then the person who actually got their hair done is either gonna be crying. It might be tears of joy or tears of sadness, right?
Right.
What are some questions somebody the first time they walk to you in the door? What are some questions that you definitely ask, and depending on the answer determine how you move for that first client, just to reduce the chance of you doing something that you think is beautiful but maybe they're not that into?
Well, I'm gonna give you a story. There was this girl whose hair I did, and she really wasn't sure about what she wanted. And I was asking her, what type of styles do you like? What do you like? And she was showing me pictures of short hair, but she wasn't all the way 100% convinced that was what she wanted. So I didn't really press it a lot. So I just cut her hair. Usually, when you're getting a haircut, you want your client to be 100% sure that that is what she wants, because for some women, their hair is their glory, and you cut their hair and they could, it might be very devastating for them. And she actually started crying, and I was a young girl and I felt terrible, and it took me a couple of days to recoup from that, and just wanted to continue to do hair because I just couldn't believe I made this lady cry. But I've learned that unless I want my clients, when they're ready to get a haircut, I want them to take the scissors out of their hand and start cutting the first strand, just to make sure that is just what they really want. Because if they don't, you know, it could go bad.
That's a good tip. So it sounds like what you just said was based off that experience. If you have someone in your chair with longer hair and they claim that they want to cut it short, you hand them the scissors so they can cut the first lock.
No, well, I'm just saying I want them to be in that headspace when they're coming to me telling me they want a haircut.
That sounds
That's
like a
the
good
type of
idea though. Cause
like,
then,
if you want this haircut here, you do it first, and then I'll
look,
finish
cause
it.
that it seemed like that way you get them to buy in. Like And so if they cry, you be like, hey, you remember you cut the first strand, right? All right, so since you don't give them the scissors, what do you listen for to know that they are 100% in?
I just the tone in their voice, what's making them want to cut their hair is because usually most of the time it's because their hair is damaged, um,
Or they just broke up?
or it could just a lot of mommy after I just had a baby. You know, you getting out of that baby stage or having a baby, and you want to just come
New
out
hair,
and
new
look
me.
brand new, huh?
They be like, new hair, new me.
Yes, new hair. Who this?
Oh,
All that stuff.
teach me something. So that's what they say in the salon. New hair, who this?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, all right. So they buy in. Okay, so